update to 135 states in section 3.5.4 DQA and patient QA. A recent study also showed that independent recalculation outperformed traditional measurement-based IMRT-QA methods in detecting unacceptable plans. We understand that this study is based on C-arm Linac IMRT delivery, but the results should be applicable to CyberKnife under the condition that the QA on targeting accuracy is strictly performed on a daily basis and a 3D second check calculation system with comparable accuracy is available. So hi, I'm Andrea Zenz, product manager here at Standard Imaging, and I'm here today to show you how your clinic can implement an efficient, automated, and comprehensive CyberKnife QA program using IMSure 3D software paired with our QA StereoChecker. So let's start with our 3D plan check software, IMSure 3D. There are three key strengths to this software. First, Monte Carlo accuracy. The Monte Carlo algorithm is the gold standard for patient-specific QA calculation accuracy. Second, quick calculations. With IMSure 3D, we're now at a point where these calculation times are imminently feasible and manageable. For example, the CyberKnife calculation times with IMSure 3D are typically 1 to 3 minutes with standard hardware in the clinic. The calculation times for standard C-arm Linac plans are even less. And third, absolute automation. The automated workflow and streamlined user interface will fit into any clinical workflow. Calculations are automatically queued and quickly calculated following the automatic DICOM export from the treatment planning system. Patient work lists are automatically updated and email alerts can be sent based on custom criteria. The fact that Monte Carlo is the gold standard for radiotherapy dose calculation, it's not a new idea. It's been around and it's been true for 50 years. The primary reason we don't have Monte Carlo in every clinic is due to the calculation time and hardware cost to support that. To meet the challenge, CyMocha focused on optimizing every element of the Monte Carlo algorithm to accelerate the computation times without relying on really expensive hardware or GPU cards. Moreover, the CyMocha algorithm is well proven as it has been associated with many peer-reviewed publications in both academic and commercial settings. To add to this, IMSure 3D offers beam modeling expertise and precision. IMSure 3D uses a proprietary process to create custom beam models which ensure the highest level of precision achievable. It is the only independent Monte Carlo 3D dose calculation for CyberKnife systems, which when combined with QA StereoChecker make an excellent, robust second plan check and machine QA package for CyberKnife. And a publication for your reference on the commissioning and implementation of using the independent CyMocha dose calculation for CyberKnife patient-specific QA measurements. Ultimately, these calculation times are usually invisible to the user since they happen automatically, totally hands-off and behind the scenes. Typically, when the user sits down to interact with the software, the calculation is already complete. They are alerted by email when the calculation is done and the report is ready to review. The only time that they would be aware of the real-time calculation performance is if they are sitting in front of their plan and they want to change something, such as the uncertainty or perhaps the calculation grid, which will force a recalculation in real time. In this scenario, calculation time becomes more important. However, this isn't really the normal workflow. CyberKnife calculation times are a bit longer because of the higher resolution of the system. They typically take 1 to 3 minutes, like I said before. However, a key fact to note is that these calculation times are variable depending on the hardware and the calculation settings. So you see, for example, over here, how if you've got just dual 8-core versus dual 16-core, the 8-core is going to double your times. The application is entirely browser-based and has no local client, which means IMSure 3D is accessible anywhere or on any computer that has access to the network. Upon logging in, the user will see their patient work list, which shows all the patients and plans associated with each patient. The plan status indicates which plans are awaiting review and which plans have been completed or approved. There are tools for archiving or auto-archiving patients off the work list to save on storage and to declutter the patient list. The workflow to get to this point is fully automated. Like I said, DICOM export from the TPS calculations are queued. There's parallel processing to optimize the throughput. Once a calculation is done, the workflow is automatically updated and the user can configure an auto email distribution list to let people know when calculations are done and results are ready for review. So really, to summarize, plan quality review can be fully customized with configurable templates, comprehensive measures, and user-defined metrics. So now that I've covered the patient-specific QA portion of this webinar, let's switch gears to the CyberKnife machine QA. As I stated at the beginning, is if you're doing this plan QA, you also have to be sure that the system is mechanically functioning at its best in order to be positioning that robot accurately for those precise treatments. So, performing stereotactic QA on a daily basis helps ensure that that machine uptime is available and it meets the recommendations of the task group 135B. Only QA StereoChecker has the speed, resolution, and field size to most efficiently perform QA. The software single-click workflow makes therapist mornings easy while providing the quantitative results physicists need to ensure patient safety. Now, this is a chart that shows Accuray's recommendation and frequency of QA. And while some of these are monthly or quarterly, that's because traditional film-based QA is so time-consuming. But with the automation of QA StereoChecker, each of these QA plans are delivered and analyzed in 5 minutes or less, which makes them very doable on a daily basis, which again, to make sure of that mechanical accuracy of your machine, it is very advisable to do these tests every day. And the other thing, while Accuray recommends a picket fence test daily, that is using film and is a qualitative, this looks okay to my eyeballs today. Yes, you can do that with StereoChecker, but at the end of the day, the MLC garden fence test, which they recommend monthly, but does have metrics against it, why not use your StereoChecker, which will give you the absolute MLC leaf positions on that daily basis in 5 minutes, according and making sure that you meet Accuray's criteria. So what exactly is QA StereoChecker and how does it benefit therapists, physicists, and ultimately your patients? Let's start with the fact that it was developed with clinical physicists partners, mainly for CyberKnife QA, but it also has functionality for traditional C-arm Linux as well. It is a 2-micron resolution portable EPID panel, basically. So very high resolution, best outside of film. Only one trip into the vault is required to position the device for all QA tests. It is built to use Accuray's fiducial tracking system, so there's no repositioning of the device that is required between tests. The active area of the detector array is large enough to capture all in-size MLC leaves in one QA test plan, again, making setup and workflow easy. The device includes integrated and automated image acquisition and analysis software. And we keep it simple, no costly accessories required. The workflow is so streamlined and automated that one click gets it done. It has an easily navigable browser-based user interface, a comprehensive image and metrics database, and customizable reports to meet robust audit record-keeping requirements. As shown here, you have three test modes: the daily QA for CyberKnife, which is the iris batch, our patented Panda test, which is an upgrade of that daily targeting accuracy, the AQA test that that Accuray recommends or requires on a daily basis if you're going to be using a 3D second check software. And we also do the MLC garden fence against metrics and the qualitative picket fence test. Monthly QA is single field analysis. For CyberKnife, that's up to 10 by 10 CM fields, and for Linux, 15 by 15. And manual QA is you can acquire and export a DICOM composite images for CyberKnife and Linux. You can composite up to 10 images and export those for further analysis elsewhere. The ease and speed in which test data is acquired, analyzed, saved, and trended means robust machine QA can be done with the frequency your patients deserve to ensure quality and safety in patient care. It's as simple, the workflow really is as simple as 1, click on Start Your Test, turn on your beam, and 3, gather your results, review the image and test results, which are automatically trended as well. IMSure 3D and QA StereoChecker are powerful analysis tools for the CyberKnife robotic radiosurgery system. Together, they provide comprehensive, automated, quality assurance efficiency that are truly beneficial to clinicians caring for cancer patients. So that really does summarize my presentation for today. Short and sweet, but a lot of information. I hope that you've enjoyed it, and I will give you a moment to type in any questions that you might have. And while I give you that opportunity, I just wanted to share with you additional resources and information from us here at Standard Imaging. If you'd like a comprehensive demo of IMSure 3D and or QA StereoChecker, get a full view of those software programs that accompany the hardware, you can certainly contact your sales rep at sales@standardimaging.com. You can contact myself directly, Azens at Standard Imaging, or my colleague Vicki Howard, who is one of our in-house physicists and product manager for our patient QA portfolio. We also have several upcoming webinars scheduled. So June 5th, you can take the hassle out of annual QA. That's about our DoseView 3D water scanning system and incredible software. And on June 12th, it's 3-dot precision for intracranial SRS by introducing the TruePose head adjuster. So those are things that you might want to check out from us before AAPM even. And of course, you can check out a whole series of recorded webinars on our website. If you're not already registered for our customer portal on our website, please take care of doing that. because again, there are a wealth of resources about Standard Imaging's entire QA portfolio and what additional items that are relevant to CyberKnife in particular, and get some new information as well about our newly released max lead electrometer, which is something that you would want to pair with our detectors, the scintillator, X-ray and scintillator, and X-ray and A26 chamber in order to do some of the other dosimetric QA that you need to do. So with that, that really does come to the end. I will ask Ashley whether any questions have come through.
Yeah, thank you so much, Andrea, for that great presentation and information. We did have a couple questions come through. Someone is asking to kind of describe more like what is the PANDA test?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. So PANDA stands for Position and Delivery Accuracy. So the AQA test with CyberKnife, as you well know, uses that ball cube phantom, and it's a shot straight down and a shot at 90 degrees with those orthogonal films. But what we do we offer two PANDA tests, a fixed cone as well as an iris PANDA. They use a set of 5 different path node configurations. Each one of those has a center, straight down shot. But because we use other spot nodes, you're actually doing a more robust test of the treatment localization system. Is the robot actually positioning to target? And we present the overall metrics as well as the superior, inferior, left, right, and total magnitude of those shifts. So really it is an upgrade to the AQA. And the nice thing about ours, again, it's the single setup of the device on the couch to begin with. And you do not need quote unquote optional accessories to be able to get the data that you need to have that more comprehensive test of the treatment localization system.
Thank you. Then one more, they were asking if you can do patient-specific MLC QA.
Patient-specific MLC QA. So if you're thinking about having a hardware device in order to do the that, no, we do not currently offer that. I do know in rereading the 135B that they do talk about some of those patient-specific arrays. I think it is, again, worth thinking about. They say because the MLCs are quite new, they've actually been out for over 5 years at this point. And anecdotally, I can just share with you that at every meeting, I hear the discussion, is expensive pre-treatment QA on a robotic system that's going to shift the robot to position both patient and the radiation beam accurately for the treatment, basically, constantly throughout the actual beam on time. Is that static pre-treatment QA really telling us what we need to know versus is our plan deliverable? Is it a good plan? Does it match? Is there a good independent check of that, which IMSure 3D offers, that paired with the excellence and high resolution machine QA? Aren't those things really, at the end of the day, giving you more data for a system that is automatically repositioning all the time? It's a question I hear. I'm not a physicist. I don't have the answer, but I am aware of that in TG135B as well.
Perfect. Thank you, Andrea. That's all the questions that I'm seeing come in.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, I just want to say thank you all for attending. It was short and sweet today, but once in a while I got to do short and sweet instead of taking more of your time than anticipated. So with that, I wish you all a great rest of your day. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.